All right. Yeah. Good now. Good. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah. Good now. Good. I forgot I unplugged my mic for a second earlier, and I forgot to plug it back in. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm back over here. I'm gonna try to stay over here more, over here on this side a little bit more than usual. Uh, and thank you, Charles. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you enjoying the Black history that I'm putting up. I really appreciate that. That's what I'm trying to get into more, some history, some things that we can actually be positive on. What's up, I chat who I want. I appreciate you listening. Thank you, sweetheart. You know what? I don't know you're a male or female, so let me stop. Thank you I appreciate you listening. Um, but yeah, I'm over here today because, I want to show love to this channel because I haven't been showing love to this channel. And like I said, I think putting up Black history is very important to all of us. So that's one reason why I'm over here also. I'd rather do it over here. No matter what the crowd size is, I know the ones who comes over here are going to pay attention and they're going to understand. Okay. I appreciate you letting me know that. And that's why I came back over here for this right here. But Charles, let me hook you up right quick, my brother. Give me 1 second. Charles. Damn, that. Shit. Hey, Charles, type for me again. Type for me one more time. Hey, Charles, type for me again. Type for me one more time. All right, I think I'll fix you now. All right, you good now. Sorry about that. All right, we're good to go now. We good. All right. So what I want to do today is, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm so sick and tired of people saying that Abraham Lincoln did so much for Black people. Abraham Lincoln was like this savior for Black people when it came to slavery, and a lot of people don't want to understand that Abraham Lincoln had his own purpose for doing what he did. Yes, he did have an issue with slavery. Yes, he felt like slavery was morally wrong. Yes, he did. I give him that much credit. But on the dark side of that, he didn't care for Black people. He didn't care for Black people. He didn't want Black people in his country. And I'm going to read y'all two things. And I want y'all to understand two things. These two things shows you how much Abraham Lincoln cared for Black people. And I want y'all to understand the whole concept. We need to get out of this mindset that no matter what party you belong to, Republicans or Democrat, back in them days, neither one of the parties cared for us. So when you hear all these people running around like the Candace Owens and the Brandon Tatums talking about the Democrat Party was the founder of slavery and the Republican Party was this knight in shining armor and they came to save Black people, that is false. It's totally false. There's no truth to it whatsoever. These people didn't care about you. These people didn't care about me. And I'm going to read you two things to show you how much Lincoln cared about black people being in this country. You know, and we need to wake up and understand real history. You know, when I was growing up, people used to talk about Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves, but they didn't really go into depth about how he really felt about black people in this country. No one talked about that. No one went in depth on that subject. They just did the surface. He freed the slaves. They didn't go into the reason why he freed the slaves. They didn't go into the subject saying that he actually gave the southern states, an ultimatum. They had 100 days. If they would have came back into the Union, they could have kept their slaves. Because that was the ultimatum that Lincoln had given them at the beginning when they first left. So Lincoln didn't care about black people. He cared, and he cared about this country more, but he didn't care about us. Just understand that. And that's why I'm having this conversation today, because I'm so sick and tired of these people running around here giving false information when it comes to Lincoln and the slaves and how he felt about black people. He did not care about black people. Now, let me get into this first. All right. Y'all realize Lincoln actually wanted to free all the slaves at first and send them all back to Africa, Liberia, to be, you know, and this is what he wrote. This is what they wrote. Lincoln first publicly advocated for colonization in 1852. Now, this right here was 10 years prior to the Civil War. And in 1854 said that his first instinct would be to free all slaves and send them to Liberia. Because Lincoln did not want black people in this country. That's one example. That's 10 years before the Civil War happened. 10 years. And like I said, he did think that slavery was morally wrong. He did think that. Now, the second thing he said, which is very, very important. This right here is something that we all should listen carefully to, and you'll understand that this guy did not care for black people. Now, this right here was in a debate, the fourth debate that he had in Charleston, Illinois, on September 18th, 1858. Lincoln made his position clear. I will say then that I am not, nor ever have been, in favor of bringing about in any way the social, political equality of the white and black races. He began going on to say that he opposed black people having the right to vote, to serve on juries, to hold office, and to intermarry with whites. That's Lincoln's stance. That in 1858, prior to the Civil War. That's what Lincoln said. Lincoln didn't want black people to be equal to white people. Lincoln didn't want black people to hold office. He didn't believe in interracial marriages. He didn't want no equality at all for black people. And we need to understand that. We need to really sit down and understand what Lincoln was really all about. Lincoln was about saving this country. So when he gave them an ultimatum during the Civil War, when they first seceded from the Union to come back in within 100 days and you can keep your slaves, that also shows you he didn't care about black people being enslaved. Now, I can say one thing. He cared about this country, but he didn't care about black people. So we need to get past that myth that Lincoln was really down with black people, that Lincoln really was on the black man's side. No, he wasn't. If Lincoln had his choice, we won't be here today. We'll be in Africa. Liberia, to be example, to be correct. And that's all I want y'all to understand, man. We need to really learn history. We need to really learn history. Without history, without knowing the true history, we are lost. We are very lost without true history. We sit, what's up, Lurker? We sit back and we fight amongst ourselves about history. We fought amongst ourselves about which party is the best party for black people. And in reality, neither party loved us. Both parties saw us as black people. Both parties didn't care about us being equal to our white counterparts. So when y'all out there listening to Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum and all these other so-and-so people running around here, just understand, do your own homework. Do your own research. Don't listen to no one, including myself. Look it up for yourself. We need to start doing our own homework, our own research. That's why we have so many misconceptions running around right now, because we listen to everybody else but ourselves, because we do not do the research. Do the research. Bottom line, do the research. You know, I've really been on this history thing for the last couple of days. And the reason why I've been on this history thing for the last couple of days is because I feel like this is something that we really, really need to do. We need to understand our history. We need to really understand where we're going with our history. And for the rest of the month, what I'm gonna do, every day I'm gonna put up a little snippet of Black history. You know, because I want everybody to understand this is something that's very important to all of us, to our kids, to know our history, to know our real history. You know, I'm finding out some things that I didn't know. You know, Mr. Ellison, I just posted that this morning. Mr. Ellison, you know, he was a Black slave owner in South Carolina. Was really the richest Black man in South Carolina at the time. Now, after looking a little further into him, come to find out he's mulatto. His father was white, or they're guessing. So he had his little, you know, advantages. You know, there's a lot of history. There is a lot of history there. Yeah, Trace, we're gonna be over here a lot more than over on the other channel. You know, I'm still gonna I'll probably do 1 or 2 lives over there just to keep the channel going, but I'm pretty much gonna be over here going forward, you know, a lot more. You know, try to build this channel and try to get some information out that we all need. You know, it's all good. Yeah. I chat with who I want. Most definitely. I'm the type of person, when it comes to both parties, I'm gonna call out everything. The Democrats and the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? Because I want everybody to understand both parties did damage to the Black community. Not just the Democrat Party, not just the Republican Party, both parties. And that's the thing that we need to really get on, stay on top of. You know, bring out facts, not assuming, facts. We need facts. That's what we need to bring out, and that's what I'm bringing. I'm bringing facts. For instance, the post I put up the other day about Rosa Parks. I'm not trying to diss Rosa Parks. I'm not trying to negate anything that she did, but I want people to understand there were several people prior to her who did the same thing, but they didn't get recognition for what they did. And the only reason Rosa got recognition for what she did because she knew someone in a high place, and that's how she got her recognition. Right, different wings, same bird. Facts. And that's the only thing I'm trying to do is bring out facts. Let people understand that history is very distorted, and you have to do your own research in order to get the real history. Now, some of it might be ugly. Like, for instance, what I just brought up this morning, black people owning other black people. And Mr. Ellison, according to what I read, he was a very harsh slave owner. He treated his slaves worse than the white man treated their slaves. So, and that's the whole thing about it. Right, Mark, 100%. And that's the whole thing about it. We need to understand that we really need to get into history and learn history. If we learn history the right way, all our eyes will open up to reality. All our eyes will open up. And that's my message. Dig deep into history. Learn your history on your own. Don't listen to no one. Do your own research. That's how you learn history, doing your own research. But like I said, I'll be over here more than on the other channel. And I want all y'all to understand, y'all come over here and support me. I don't care if it's 5 or 6 people in the room. We're going to build off this channel right here. We're going to build on some good content over here. That's my goal. And I appreciate everybody who came through. Charles, Mark, Charles and Mark always there. So they're my brothers. I'm faithful to my 2 brothers. They always support my channels. So I really should respect those 2 brothers. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Lurker. Thank you. I chat with who I want. I appreciate y'all stopping by also. But like I said, I'll be back tomorrow on this channel. So please stay tuned for more history. Y'all have a good Sunday. Salute.